This woman wants to know the truth about her internet boyfriend.
I met Louis on the Facebook. He called me almost every day. He was singing to me songs. He was very romantic. And, oh, you are so beautiful. Very spiritual, pretty handsome.
Louis is handsome, romantic, and wanted to make a life with Marcy. There was just one problem.
And he was ready to come back to the United States. And he texted me again. My mother passed away. And guess what? He's asking me to pay for his mother's funeral. He apparently borrowed money from the Mafia, so he needs to stay with them and work for them. I had to set up a payment every month.
He owes the Turkish Mafia $33,000. And so she started dipping into her 401k.
Stick around until the end. We'll find out if Marcy found someone to build a life with, or if he's just another romance scam contractor trying to tear her down. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your engagement with our videos help us reach new audiences and can potentially stop other people from being scammed. All right, team, we got another case. It's from a woman named Marcy. I'll read her email. She says, "Hi, Catfish team. I met a man named Louis on a spiritual dating site in April of last year. He claimed to be from Colorado, where I live, but said he had to leave for work in Istanbul. He experienced multiple financial issues, including hacked bank accounts, lawsuits, and unpaid hotel bills. I helped him to cover those bills, having sent him over $25,000. I now realize I don't know who he really is, and I'm hoping you can help me find out. Sincerely, Marcy."
Hi, Catfish team. My name is Marcy. I'm from Colorado, and I am 65 years old. I do a lot of meditating, yoga. I like walking in nature. I listen to music. I dance like nobody's watching. I was a flight attendant for 28 years. Now I'm retired. I was born in Poland. I came to United States in summer of 1980, and our first city was Chicago. The journey here wasn't very easy. We had to go to a refugee camp in Austria, had to wait for a visa to United States for about 5 to 6 months. We didn't know very good English, but we were attending night classes, worked, and everything else. My high school sweetheart, he was very funny, and he was kind of like ladies' man. He was not worth it, I guess, because we divorced. One day I packed everything I could in one of our cars and left. We have a son. Our son is 36 years old, and he's my everything.
After spending years raising her son by herself, Marcy decided it was time to start dating again. This time trying her luck, looking for love online.
And then, I started this online thing. I met Louis on the Facebook group called Soul Awakening and Spiritual Relationship about a year ago. I'm not sure who approached whom first. I could make a comment about his photo, or maybe he did about mine. He said he was from Grand Junction, Colorado, which is only like 4 hours drive from here. And I'm like, oh, somebody from Colorado, wonderful, right? Pretty handsome. He was very polite, kind of like, reserved, very spiritual, humbled, good looking. That's what attracted me to him. We started messaging on Messenger. Oh, you are so beautiful. I'm so lucky to have met you. He called me almost every day or every other day on Skype, and he was singing to me songs. He was very romantic.
Louis was handsome and romantic and would call Marcy nearly every day. It seemed that Marcy had met the perfect man. Just when Louis was headed to Colorado to see Marcy, he would get news of a lucrative construction contract in Istanbul.
We were going to see each other in person, but he couldn't because he texted me that he received a contract and he needs to leave for Istanbul, Turkey, the next day. I said, well, why don't I drive to Grand Junction and see you before you go. He said no, he didn't want to do that because he needs to pack, he needs to get ready. Obviously, it wasn't a good idea. I said, fine, I understand. I told him, I'll be waiting for him, and 3 months will go fast, and when he comes back, we'll meet in person and everything, will be fine.
Marcy was willing to wait for Louis to complete his contract in Istanbul, but soon weeks would turn into months, and it always seemed like there was something keeping Louis from returning home.
He texted me that his Chase account was hacked. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I said, what happened? Well, someone hacked his account and his funds are frozen. He said, I don't know what to do. So he needed money. So I started sending him money for food every week, $250 through a Bitcoin wallet. Next, he owed money to a machine rental company, and they needed him to pay quite a bit of money. And I did Google the name of that company, but it was legit Turkish company, and he didn't have any money. So he asked me to cover that. And that was a lot of money, at least $20,000.
After sending tens of thousands of dollars to help Louis finish his contract in Istanbul, Louis still couldn't make it home. This is when he suggested they would meet up in Poland, which is just a few-hour flight from Istanbul.
Last May, I went to visit Poland. Istanbul and Poland is not that far away from each other. He suggested he was going to visit me in Poland. I said, great, I'll see you in person. He borrowed money from someone to purchase a ticket, and he even sent me a picture of the ticket and everything. But then he didn't make it. He couldn't come because he didn't finish paying everything yet. So the rental company didn't let him out of the country. That's why he couldn't come to Poland. So I didn't see him in person.
Marcy was deeply disappointed she couldn't meet with Louis in Poland. Later, his job in Istanbul would once again spiral out of control, and Louis would need to ask Marcy for help.
What happened was the employees took him to court because he didn't pay them money on time. So now he needed money for a lawyer. So I had to be sending him money for a lawyer. And then the judge made a decision for him to pay some money to the employees. I sent him that money, $15,000. Okay, so now he's done with the lawyer, all documentation, and the judge. He's almost ready to check out from his hotel, right? Now he finds out that the employer that found that hotel for him and was paying for the hotel didn't pay for the extension. So he owned hotel about $12,000. And they kept his passport and everything. So he needed to pay for the hotel. Well, guess who paid for the hotel? I did.
After finally completing his construction contract, Louis was finally ready to come back to the States. But just as he would try to leave, Louis would be struck by a deep personal tragedy.
And he was ready to come back to the United States. And he texted me again. My mother passed away in Portugal. So he needed to fly from Istanbul straight to Portugal. I'm like, oh my God, what else can happen to you, Louis? And guess what? He's asking me to pay for his mother's funeral, $18,000. No. I don't care. I don't have that money. I gave you all I could, $52,000. I don't have any more. I said, don't you have family there? Or, oh no, his family wasn't going to help him. I said, I'm sorry. This is it. I am done. So he said, well, if you are not going to help me, maybe we shouldn't be talking anymore. We were really arguing because I called him a scammer. I don't know if I even believe you anymore.
After being questioned by Marcy, Louis completely disappeared and stopped communicating with her altogether. That was when he had revealed to her that he had gotten in over his head with the Turkish Mafia.
He stopped talking to me for a long time, and I was begging him on Skype to text me back, to tell me what's going on with him. So he apparently borrowed money from the Mafia, people that lend you money on a high interest. He borrowed $18,000 and he owes them now 33,000. So he needs to stay with them and work for them till the loan is paid off. But then recently he started talking to me on Telegram. He sent me a message. I have a good news for both of us. He says someone from his Chase bank is going to help him to retrieve his money. So maybe he can pay the loan sharks.
Lewis would now need Marcy's help to release his funds from an investment site so she can manage his finances.
I had an access to his investment account with Aureum Financials, and I did have his username and his password because he wanted me to take some money out. But I couldn't take any money out because I was using a device that they did not recognize, and they froze this account as well. But I still somehow on my laptop, I have an access to that account. It still lets me look at his account without password. That's very strange. That's his account. That's how much he has, like 1,500,000 something. So the good news is he might come to United States. He will pay me back and extra. He actually sent me 50,000 to my Coinbase wallet account, and I could not withdraw it. And what happened to that 50,000? It slowly diminished down every day because of the Bitcoin price, and now it's zero. So he said, oh, don't worry about 50,000, it's nothing for me. Well, 50,000 is everything for me. I cried on the phone. I said, Lewis, I can't help you anymore. I don't have any more money. You know, I cannot afford to give you that much money. And he was swearing on his mother's grave that he is going to give me everything back. So that was the last what I heard from him. It is a burden for me because I had to contact a financial services to set up a payment every month for my 6 credit cards that I cannot pay off. I withdraw a lot of money from my 401k as well. But if he is not real, well, I'm going to be very sad, not happy. He made me believe him for so long. That's why I contacted you, because I do want to know his true identity, and I do want to know if he is a scammer. I want to know. It will make me feel really good that he is actually coming. He is actually a real person, and he will give me my money back because he does have money. I am not a materialistic person because I am a spiritual person, and money cannot buy happiness. Happiness comes from inside. But if he's real, I'll be very happy for him and for myself.
All right, Seekers, you know we had to get to the bottom of this. Later that week, David, Brianne, and I sat down to examine the evidence about this profile going by the name of Lewis.
So wow, so he was so close to her, but then had to go to Turkey for work?
Huge red flag.
He also reached out to her with all kinds of reasons why he needed funds, crazy stories, his mom's funeral, and so she started dipping into her 401k.
So how much money are we talking here?
As of today, it's over $25,000, but she didn't feel comfortable telling us the real amount. Something you guys need to know is that she had previously been scammed in the past, a few times actually. The thing is she thinks that this could be real this time, is because she was able to get on a video call with him and it seemed legit. She also received an email from a legit Turkish company that he claims that he's associated with, and also he's claiming that he has $1.5 million in the bank. That's why she thinks he's real. Another crazy thing that's happened in this story is that supposedly he owes the Turkish Mafia $33,000.
So what do we have to research though?
So she has crypto transactions, she has this email, she's talking to him on Skype, she's also chatted with him previously on Telegram. I'm thinking we look into all of these social media accounts.
All right, guys, let's get to work. It sounds like we got a plan. Let's execute.
Okay, sounds good.
If you like this video, please consider subscribing. And once you've done that, give this video a like too. After we came up with the game plan to get the truth behind this case, the research team got to work and a couple of days later, sat down with Marcy to reveal the findings.
Nice to meet you. I love your glasses.
Oh, thank you, David. That's nice of you.
How are you feeling, first off?
Well, I am feeling kind of excited, and I'm wondering what's going to happen. What did you actually find out about Lewis? I also feel like I am expecting the worst.
Okay.
Why is that?
I knew him for over a year, and somehow without seeing him in person, he convinced me to believe him with all the stories. You know, we were talking about getting married when he comes back to United States.
You sent over
Yeah.
this banking website. He even gave you a login to this banking website. Can you just break that down for us? Talk to us about why did he share this with you?
Okay, he shared it with me because he wanted me actually withdraw money, and so he could pay me back and send him some of the money from that account. And I do not know why he couldn't do it himself. When I started the process of withdrawing money from his account, I actually got into it, and I saw how much he has.
There's $1.5 million in this account.
So Marcy, we looked into the website. So I want to go over the website with you because that was like the big thing, right? You saw that there was money in there and then you're trying to help him out. So the website was just created 12 months ago.
12 months ago? Okay. What does that mean?
Well, so it means a few things. So we checked financial institution registrations, right? So there were no registrations for this specific company.
Oh, it's fake. Okay.
So there were some other things that we saw. So on the website, it says featured on Forbes, CNBC, The Guardian, Bloomberg, Reuters, and MarketWatch. And so what I did is I ran a search for these sites to see if they were mentioning or linking Orem financials, and it wasn't at all. So those feature on links that are on the website are actually fake. Like there's nothing there. The other thing that I looked into, so I looked at the code on the website, and the website was built with WordPress. If it was a financial institution building software, they wouldn't use WordPress because it's not secure. And so everything about this website is fake, Marcy.
Okay, I understand. I was actually suspecting it, but I'm very surprised that it looks so real. I mean, I have not. It looks very real to me. To create it as a fake website, what is the reason for it?
Well, I'm going to expose a few things that we're going to go over, but the only reason that somebody would use a website in this situation is to show you that they have money that they don't have. And so if somebody's trying to get money from you, Marcy, they're going to show you their bank account with $1.5 million in it and say, hey, look, I have this money, I just can't get access, so I need you to help me out. Right. And so now you believe this story, and I agree with you. The website looks really good. It looks really clean. It looks professional.
Yes.
I had to dig in a little bit more than I normally do, you know, when we look at fake websites because it looks so real. But when you dig in deeper and you look under those layers, we're able to find that, hey, look, it was just registered. Yeah. It's not mentioned by these financial, magazines. And then it was just created, a year ago.
Wow. Very, very interesting, but very disturbing at the same time. So he used this website to show me that he has money, but actually he doesn't have any money because it's all fake. Okay, I understand. Okay.
Okay, well let's just jump in who this guy is, right? I mean, he's claiming that his name is Lewis. So we took one of those pictures, we ran it through reverse image search, and we found a match right away. And this person, his real name is Ben.
Ben?
Ben. The man in the picture, his name is Ben Sisson. and he's a specialist fundraiser.
Okay, Ben Sisson. Okay, where is he? This real person.
He is a real person, yes, and he's located in the UK.
Oh my gosh, so he's not from Grand Junction, Colorado, and he's not in Portugal right now. Okay.
No, he's not. He's not.
So Luis Faberes is a fake person. He is not who he claims to be. Okay. So he fooled me for over a year. Okay.
So the person in the image has nothing to do with this, Marcy. He's a victim as well. His images have been stolen and used to scam you.
Okay. Yeah, I understand. I am crushed, but I understand, and I was suspecting it for a long time.
So we know that the real man is Ben, but something that I do want to touch back on is the IP tracker.
Okay, yeah, I'll tell you. Let me go to a telegram. Okay, I told him that I'm going to contact the company I bought the crypto gift card from, and I will get back to him shortly. And he said, okay, sweetheart, still seems I need to have an account, which I can't.
So Marcy, we had checked before to see if he had clicked on the link, and he didn't. So you were trying to get him to go and check the account to redeem. Do we want to just check real quick and see?
Yeah, let's check.
He sent me a screenshot of this.
Marcy, that looks like he actually clicked it.
Like he clicked on it.
Oh.
Okay, so let's check, because me and you've been sitting here trying to come up with this plan on how to create the tracker so that he'll believe it and he'll click on it.
Yeah.
There's 3 clicks, Marcy.
Oh, I did 2 testing clicks here in Marietta, California. There's another additional click. Hold on. I see where he's located.
Yeah, where?
He's in Port Harcourt.
Where?
It's in Nigeria, Marcy.
Yeah.
He's in Nigeria.
Nigeria, but it's not Lagos. It's Fort what? Fort Harcourt?
It's close to Lagos. It's in Nigeria.
Oh my God. Can you actually contact Nigerian officials and try to look for him? You don't have his name, do you?
I don't have his real name because he's never shared his real name with me. He's never shared his real name with you. He's hiding behind this profile.
No. Oh, the only thing we know now is he's in Nigeria right now.
Yeah.
And, we don't know his real. So he's an African. He's a black guy.
We don't know 100% what he looks like, but we know that he was located in Port Harcourt, Nigeria when he clicked on this link, which was probably within, the last few hours?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So this is what we can do. You sent over some crypto wallet addresses. We just need a little bit more information with the wallets. We need the transaction date, the transaction amount, so we can identify which transactions belong to you within the wallet. So if you have that information, we can dig deeper in the crypto information and see what we're able to provide for you.
All the money that I was sending him was through Cash App.
Yes, please send that.
And I can print out some statements. Yes, I can do that.
Okay, we'll work on that then.
So Marcy, I mean, now you know the reality of this. You're going to Poland in 4 days.
Yeah.
What does your future look like
I'm going
now?
to Poland. I'm going to have a great time. No, I tell you what, I am actually mentally pretty strong. I wasn't before. I am a pretty strong person mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. So I can take it. I was expecting it, and I can take it.
Marcy, let's talk about, this isn't the first time you've been scammed, right?
It's not the first time. No.
So I think what we should do is get you a social catfish account so you can run reverse image searches on your own if you're going to continue to talk to people online.
Yeah, actually, I am not talking to anyone that I meet on social media. Like if someone asks me for a friendship On Facebook, I do not accept anymore.
I think now you know the signs and the things to look out for, and then we'll get you a Social Catfish account. We'll pay for the next 3 months for you to have access to the website. So hopefully you can meet just a nice person that has some very common interests.
And is very real.
I heard that it's good to actually at the beginning date more than one person. So I'm not ashamed that I am talking to 3 guys at the same time, because I don't know which one is good for actually good for me. Yeah.
So it sounds like you have a game plan on how to move forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys are doing fantastic job investigating all the scammers.
Thank you so much for your time today.
Yeah, thanks for trusting us, Marcy.
Okay, it was very, very nice meeting you two both. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Marcy.
Have a safe flight to Poland.
Okay, I will, and I will have a great time.
Have a great time.
Aw.
Yeah, I will.
Good.
Okay, safe travels. Bye, Marcy.
Bye, Marcy.
Bye.
If you have been involved in a romance scam, don't forget to report it. It helps get the word out and potentially stops other people from being scammed. Seekers, it's almost time for our weekly live stream. You can find the link to our live stream on our YouTube channel by clicking the live tab and going to our most recent video. See you all there. Thanks for watching. Don't forget all of our new videos go out every Wednesday. If you like this video, subscribe. And if you want to see more, you should probably click one of these 2 videos.